Hi, Louisa from Veloworld here. Today, in collaboration with Green Guardians, we're going to be learning some basic bike maintenance. In this video, we'll be covering everything you need to know about chains, and how to give your bike the best and least expensive service, a good old-fashioned clean. Before we start, please note that the products mentioned in this video are the preferences of Veloworld bike mechanics. We are not sponsored or endorsed by any of the products or brands, and other products are available. So it might not be the most exciting part of being a cyclist, but keeping your bike clean and well lubricated is essential to bike maintenance and having your bike run at its peak performance. In this video, I'll explain why getting into a bike cleansing routine is important and provide you with some top tips to get your bike squeaky clean. So why is it important to wash your bike? Well, any build-up of grease, dirt and grime on your bike's moving parts will start wearing components off and will eventually need replacing. Riding in Scotland, especially during the winter, means your bike will undoubtedly come into contact with mud, road salt and other contaminants every time you go out on the road. Try to get into the habit of giving your bike a good clean every 2 or 3 weeks in the summer, and as often as you can during the winter months. Ideally, you should at least rinse your bike every time you go out during winter to get rid of road salt. So before you get started, you'll need a few supplies. A garden hose. We don't recommend using a pressure washer, as there's a good chance it'll remove the good grease in your bearings and other moving parts. If you don't have access to a garden hose, a watering can or a bucket of water will do the job. A selection of brushes and tools to clean your gear cassette. We use Park Tools GSC1 Gear Clean Brush, Tapered Detail Brush, Soft Bristle Soaping Brush and Muck Off's Detailing Brush. A biodegradable and environmentally friendly bike wash fluid such as Fenwick's Concentrate Bike Cleaner. Microfiber cloths or rags, a dirty one and a clean one, and a chain lubricant. Let's get started. Step 1 is to rinse and spray your bike. Use your hose to rinse the bike on both sides, holding it over the bike and allowing the water to fall from top to bottom. Spray your bike all over with the bike cleaner. It'll take about 30 to 60 seconds to start working. As mentioned, we use Fenwick's Concentrate Bike Cleaner at the Veloworld workshop. It comes as a concentrate, which means you get twice as much for your money, and it doubles up as a degreaser. It also smells great, and it's environmentally friendly. Step 2 is to get soapy. Use a soft bristle brush to clean the entire frame and wheels. If you have rim brakes, it's a good idea to disconnect them at this point and clean the pads with a microfiber cloth. If you have time, you can also remove the wheels and give them a good clean too, paying particular attention to the braking surface. Clean the fork, the wheel's spokes and hub. The hub is the centre part of the wheel. If you have disc brakes, we don't recommend using soap around the rotors or inside the calipers. The best way to clean the rotors is with pure alcohol and a microfiber cloth, cleaning them until they squeak and leaving them to dry. And now to clean the dirty parts of the bike. The drive chain, the front derailleur, the rear derailleur, cassettes, chain, pulley or jockey wheels. Using a degreaser and a hard bristle brush, such as the Muck Off Detailing Brush, start by brushing your chain, dipping your brush in your degreaser. It's important to wash the inside of the chain, as this is the part that's actually in contact with the cassette and goes through the derailleur. The pulley or jockey wheels always gather a lot of nasties, so use the curved tooth end of a gear cleaning brush, such as Park Tools GSC1 Gear Cleaning Brush, to clean out the dirt from the pulley wheels. For your cassette and chain rings, stick with the gear cleaning brush and dip the bristled end in the degreaser. Put it in the cassette or chain rings and turn the pedal forward, changing gears to make sure you get into all of the areas. If your cassette is really clogged up, use the curved, toothed end and put it between the sprockets to lift off all of the bad stuff. Step 3. Rinse and repeat or leave to dry. Give the bike a good rinse and feel satisfied as you watch all of the dirt falling off. Make sure you get rid of all the soap, especially in your brake pads and rim. Repeat any steps if necessary if there's still some dirt lingering. Bounce your bike to tap off the water. Then leave it to air dry. There are lots of different types of chain oil on the market, and what you use will depend on conditions. When lubricating the chain, start by finding a different looking link called the quick link. Most modern chains will have one. Use this quick link as your reference point and put 1 drop of lubricant in each link, all the way around the chain until you meet the quick link again. Then, grab a dirty rag and place it underneath the chain and back pedal a few times. This is so the excess oil that is inside each link starts coming out and landing on the rag, not touching the rim or any other clean parts. Let the oil come out and then wipe it off. You don't want oil all over the chain as this will gather dirt. You want the oil to be right where it needs to be, inside each link of your chain. Then stand back, feel smug and admire just how clean your bike is. Remember, a clean bike will run more smoothly, last you longer, save you money, and be more enjoyable to ride. Bike chains wear in such a way as to cause their maximum length to increase. Mechanics usually refer to this as chain stretch. Stretch is the sign of a worn out chain that should be replaced. Chain wear and stretch is greatly affected by a number of factors, including the cleanliness of the drive chain, the terrain ridden, the power of the rider, and the weight of the rider. If you take a quick look at a worn out bicycle chain, it might not show obvious signs of wear. The side links might have some minor wear, but the real wear happens on the inside of the chain where you can't see it. This is where chain checkers come in handy. This checker is designed to accurately indicate when a chain reaches 0.5% and 0.75% stretch, as these are the points at which most chain manufacturers suggest replacement. To check your chain, place the checker on the chain like so. If the end of the checker fits between the links of your chain, it's time to replace the chain. If it doesn't fit, the chain is in good condition and doesn't need to be replaced. To use the blue checker, simply insert the pins into 2 links. Lightly press the swing arm gauge and then check the gauge window for an accurate reading on how much stretch the chain has. If your chain is fully stretched, you will need to change your chain and cassette. A common issue with your chain when you're out on a ride can be your chain coming off your chain rings. If this happens and you don't want to get your hands dirty, find yourself a stick and pull the chain back on like so. Once it's back on, lift the back wheel off the ground and pedal forward with your hand to make sure it's running smoothly. I hope you found this video to be useful. Make sure you like, comment and share it if you did. Thank you and goodbye.